So in this video, I wanted to hop inside of the blog post once again and talk about every single new augment, every single new item, all the little hidden details inside of the blog post. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. If you want to unlock the brand new Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula camos inside of Black Ops 6, check out Mitch Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty, which will help you grind out weekly events, camos, and unlocks completely legitimately for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Code SPAZO for 5% off. Okay, so first we're going to start with the Perk-a-Colas because that's a pretty important thing. Now we got the new perk Wisp T. Let's go ahead and read all this blog post. A total of 12 Perk-a-Colas are available to bolster you and your team with different abilities. You can obtain as many perks as there are available in a map, and you can also receive random or all perks using specific Gobblegums. Perkaholic, right? We can see stamina up, speed, depth perception, melee macchiato. All right, we can see those. Drink to summon a companion wisp after killing zombies, the new perk. This perk specializes in adding a protective ethereal creature that remains near the player, appearing only after the player inflicts a large amount of damage to the enemy. Use of field upgrades, equipment, and other high damage items quickens the summoning. Once summoned, the wisp begins to slay nearby zombies for around 30 seconds. 2 minutes later, it can be summoned again. The wisp is summoned after defeating a number of zombies. The number is important rather than the speed of slaying, though obviously, the wisp will appear more quickly if the enemies are killed with haste. The wisp targets all zombie types. The wisp also realizes the importance of turning around and will refrain from killing the last zombie, which is huge. You know, whenever you're doing Easter eggs and whenever you're trying to actually do something and keep a zombie alive, most of the time things like this would kill it. Not this new perk. Let's go ahead and check out the augments. We can obviously see the picture right here. Major augments. Mask of Wrath. The demon does more damage. Mask of Salvation. The fox can revive you while it's active. This can be done up to 3 times per match. Mask of Distraction. The monkey attracts enemies and does damage in an area. Mask of Benevolence. The maiden does not attack but will periodically heal you. Minor augments. Extension. Increase the wisp's lifetime. Haste. Decrease the cooldown before a wisp can be summoned. Zombie Sitter. The wisp will attract and avoid damaging the last zombie in the round until the round times out. Fetcher. The wisp will pick up items and power-ups from you. Aside from the nuke. That is huge, right? Obviously keeping the last zombie alive is huge, but grabbing every power-up except for the nuke to end the round. That is also huge. Perk-a-Cola and Der Wonderfizz updates. The base purchase price of Perk-a-Colas is based on previously purchased perks and increases to the price now don't include ones you may have obtained for free using power-ups. So, in Black Ops 6, if you guys know, whenever you say use a soda fountain and you buy Juggernog and you get Speed Cola, it acts as you bought 2 perks. In this, it isn't. It's just going to act as if you bought 1. In Black Ops 6, the Wonderfizz machines become available at around 25. In Black Ops 7, the arrival of the Wonderfizz machine is dependent on you and your teammates. It now also arrives after a certain number of perks have been bought, including repurchases by all players. Returning Perk-a-Colas. Here are the 11 returning Perk-a-Colas along with all 8 augments you can research for them, including any adjustments for Black Ops 7. Increase maximum health from 100 to 250. So that's a confirmation right there that classic mode, cursed, right? We already know classic mode's back and you start at 100 HP, but that's what it's going to be like in standard as well. So it's going to be back to 2 hit. I can already hear the complaints. The new gens are going to die. But here we go. Juggernog, major augments, probiotic, increases maximum health with Juggernog from 250 to 300. Turtle Shell, armor acts as a shield on your back, completely absorbing damage to your rear. Adjustment, armor completely absorbs damage to your back while also now allowing normal damage mitigation to your front. In Black Ops 6, this was like a terrible augment. It's not bad, but it definitely isn't the best because it didn't have this, the adjustment they made. So that is a W. Reactive armor, when an armor plate breaks, nearby normal enemies are stunned for a short time. New Iron Core, your health is increased when all of your armor plates are broken. Ooh, dude, that's gonna be OP. Minor augments, retaliation, deal bonus damage while your health is low. Hardened plates, armor plates have more damage mitigation. Adjustment, the damage mitigation has been reduced slightly. Durable plates, increase armor durability. New, shake it off. Incoming damage will occasionally be significantly reduced. Okay, cool. All right, PhD Flopper. Explosive dive to prone and immunity to self-inflicted explosive damage. We can see all the augments. Major augments. Gravity MD. Just falling from heights creates explosions. I think we had that in MWZ. That's kind of how it was. If you dolphin dive, well, that's how PhD is, right? Dr. Ram. For short bursts, sprinting into normal enemies damages and knocks them down. This also works while tactical sprinting. PhD Slider. Sliding into enemies triggers explosions. We have this in Black Ops 6. Ooh, adjustment. Effectiveness when sideswiping has been reduced. This augment triggers when impact occurs during the direction of travel. Okay, that's not really nothing crazy. Double Whammy is a new augment. Release a second explosion shortly after the first one. Ooh, okay. Nice. Alright. Environmentalist. Become immune to environmental damage while sliding. EOD Technician. Reduce height and distance requirements for explosions. Tribologist. Sliding distance and speed are increased. Adjustment. Both our sliding speed increase and general speed bonuses have been lessened slightly. New Stuntman. Wall jumping creates an explosion. Elemental Pop. Attacks can trigger random ammo mods. We already know that. Major Augments. Citrus Focus. If a weapon has an ammo mod applied, Elemental Pop will only activate that one. Imperil Preach. Enemies that hit you have a chance to trigger a random ammo mod. Electric Cherry. Reloading creates an electric damage discharge that damages and stuns nearby normal enemies. The emptier the magazine, the stronger the damage. New Rainbow Pop. Weapons with an ammo mod equipped have a chance to deal the elemental damage that an enemy is weak to. Minor Augments. Walnera Bean. Increase enemy elemental weakness damage. Adjustment. This has been lessened by a modest amount. Okay, cool. Pineapple Blast. Equipment can also trigger a random ammo mod. Reduce all ammo mod cooldowns is Chillberry. A lot of these are from Black Ops 6. New Refreshment. Killing a special or elite enemy with its elemental weakness resets your elemental pop cooldown. Melee Macchiato. Melee, right? We know what that is. Major Augments. Espresso. All melee attacks are faster. Vampiric Extraction. Melee attacks heal a small amount of your health. Triple Shot. Your punch can hit multiple enemies at once. New Mocha Maul. This punch is replaced with your dedicated melee weapon. Minor Augment. Stick and move. Backpedal speed is increased after a successful melee attack. Strength Training. Your punch can one-hit kill normal enemies for more rounds. Adjustment. This number of rounds you can one-hit kill normal enemies has been increased. So I think on Black Ops 6, it's like 13 or something. Apparently it's increased. Mugging. Melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon. Barista Brawl is the new augment. Gain more essence from melee kills. That's going to be cool. Vulture Aid. Increase the variety of loot dropped by enemies. Major Augments. Whatever that is. Fetid Upgrade Aid. Undead zombies have a chance to create a glass cloud that upcharges your field upgrade. Smell of Death. On death, zombies have a chance to create a gas cloud that conceals you while standing on it. Parting Gift. Vulture Aid ammo drops give you more ammo to wonder weapons. New Armormatic. Picking up an armor plate automatically applies it to your vest. That's going to be cool. Minor Augments. Condor's Reach. Auto pick up loot from further away. Carry on luggage. Critical kills have a chance to drop extra salvage. Picky Eater. On death, zombies have a higher chance of dropping your current equipment. Adjustment. This chance to drop has been lessened slightly. New Extra Serving. Special and elite enemies you kill have a chance to drop a large essence vial. Okay. Probably like 1,000 essence or something. Double Tap increases weapons fire rate. Double Jeopardy. Normal zombies at a low health have a chance to die immediately when shot. Double Standard. All non-critical shots do double damage. Only applies to normal bullet weapons. Double Impact. Double hits on the same target in quick succession deal more damage. Double Dealer. Every fourth bullet in your weapon magazine deals double damage. Minor Augment. Double Time increases fire rate. Weapons have a chance to inflict double damage, but also have a chance to inflict 0 damage for double or nothing. Double Play. Killing 2 enemies in quick succession will have a chance to return 2 rounds to your magazine. Only applies to normal bullet weapons. New Double Down. Bullet weapons have an increased penetration damage through enemies. Quick Revive. There are so many perks, dude. This is crazy. Recover health and revive allies faster. EMT. Reviving an ally allows them to keep all of their perks on their bleed out circle. Adjustment. Players with this augment now keep up to 5 of their perks when revived. Equivalent Exchange. We already know this from Black Ops 6. If you have Quick Revive and you're down, killing an enemy will revive you. Adjustment. Now you always go into your last stand pose. Quick Revive is no longer removed on use, and you keep all perks if you kill an enemy while downed. Ooh. So in Black Ops 6... you lose Quick Revive, right? And you lose your perks. Not now. Dying Wish. On lethal damage, you become immune to all damage for 2 seconds to keep 1 health. Quick Revive is removed on use. This can be done up to 3 times. New Adrenaline Rush. Killing a special or elite enemy will start your health regeneration. Minor Augment. Swift Recovery. Reviving an ally increases both your movement speeds for the short time. Karmic Return. Reviving an ally heals you to full health. Slow Death. Increase your time in last stand. Emergency Medical Kit. You can now craft a self-revive kit up to 4 times. So, the new Minor Augment allows you to have another self-revive. Being able to craft one. Improve aim down sight speed for Deadshot Daiquiri. Let's check these augments out. Deadhead. Further increase critical damage for Deadshot. Dead First. Bullets deal double critical damage if an enemy is at full health. Dead Again. Critical hits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. Adjustment. A slight cooldown has been added. Dead to Rights. Bullets deal double or bonus damage to enemies within point blank range. Minor augments, Dead Break, increase bullet damage to armor pieces. Dead Draw, reduce hipfire spread. Dead Set, reduce a gun movement while performing advanced movement, jumping with a faster sprint out time. Dead Heat, temporarily increases your movement speed after getting a point blank kill. Death Perception. Alright, see if they made this perk good. Treasure Hunter, we already know. Spot enemies others can miss from loot containers. Death Stare, your elemental weakness damage has a chance to kill an enemy that is low on health. Critical Eye, small chance that a body shot becomes a critical shot. Adjustment, a slight cooldown has been added and does not work with explosive weapons or wonder weapons. Okay, so that's very overpowered in Black Ops 6. They're kind of getting rid of that this year. Sixth Sense, see enemies close behind you and take less damage from behind. Bird's Eye View, the minimap scan rate is increased. Extra Charge, find extra essence under more locations. I don't know the point of that in Black Ops 6, to be honest. I've never used it, and I never just seen why. Maybe it'll have a better use in Black Ops 7. Further insight, increased perception radius. New, hidden gems. Depth perception can now see loot. Huh? What? Can it always? Increase movement speed. Alright, stamina. Free Faller, become immune to fall damage. Dasher, enable tactical sprint with increased duration. Stalker, walk faster while aiming. New, guns up, fire while sprinting. That's going to be cool. Hard target, for the minor augments. While sprinting, projectile damage is reduced. Quarterback, use equipment while sprinting. Hot Foot, gain a speed boost after your equipment kills an enemy. New, Footwork, increase non-forward sprinting speed. So if you're running backwards or side by side, like with Omni movement, it increases your speed. Speed Cola, reload weapons and replate armor faster. Let's check this out. Major augment, supercharge, field upgrades, recharge faster. Classic formula, reload speed is even faster. Phantom reload, weapon magazines are slowly refilled over time. New, ammo surge, gain a burst of speed when initiating a reload. Minor augments, speedy roulette, the mystery box settles much faster. Quick swap, swap weapons faster. Fast pitcher, deploy equipment faster. And prestigation, I don't know, reloading has a chance to not use stock ammo. Okay, so that seems alright. I don't know. I probably won't use that one. I probably will use Speedy Roulette. Mystery box settles much faster. Now we're on to ammo mods. That is all the perks. That's all the augments for all the perks. Let's check out the ammo mods now. Fireworks and augment intel. Okay, the elemental upgrade you secure for your weapons through the arsenal machine using salvage via items drop or gobblegums, right? Return, and there are 6 to choose from. You can only apply a single ammo mod to any weapon you are carrying. You can have any ammo mod active on any of your loadout weapons, but each weapon requires a separate ammo mod purchase. They give the affected weapon a percentage change to inflict a special effect. The ammo mod also usually has an elemental damage effect, which can inflict extra damage on enemies that are weak to a particular element. After an ammo mod activates, it enters a cooldown state before the chance of activation again. Okay, we already knew that, but for the beginners out there, kind of a good little explanation. So let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go. We got fireworks. Major augment, big game. Fireworks can activate on elite enemies, creating a bigger light show. Starburst, fireworks explodes immediately, sending flares through enemies in all directions. Weeping Willow, instead of targeting enemies, that flares will land on the ground and explode for a while. Fire Wheel, create 2 fire wheels that spin around and damage enemies. Minor augments. Starlight, fireworks launches more flares. Big Bang, fireworks flares deal more damage to special and elite enemies. Increase the area of effect. Fireworks cooldown is reduced for short fuse. Returning ammo mods. Okay, we got returning ones. Not really going to cover these. If you play Black Ops 6, you know what they are, brain rot, right? We're going to cover the augments, but not really the description of the actual ammo mod itself. So, Plague. The charmed enemy has a chance to turn other enemies. Pheromone, the charmed enemy distracts nearby normal and special enemies for a short time. Big Game, can activate on elite enemies. New, Caustic Fumes, charmed enemies deal toxic damage to nearby enemies. That's pretty much a normal brain rotted zombie, not gonna lie. Extension, brain rot duration is increased. Haste, brain rot cooldown is reduced. Explosive, charmed enemies explode at the end of brain rot's duration, dealing toxic damage. New, Super Serum, increase the damage dealt by charmed enemies. Okay, we got Napalm Burst, major augments. Big Game, can activate on elites. Thermite, increase burn effect damage. Firebomb, burn enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. Petroleum, Napalm Burst leaves a pool of fire on the ground. Minor augments. Extension, increase the burn duration. Incendiary, each damage take has a small chance to spread to a nearby enemy. Contact burn, initial burn effect deals more damage. New, Backdraft, increase the activation radius. Shadow Rift, major augments. Big Game, can activate on elite. Topple Danger, warp one enemy that receives shadow damage to others nearby normal enemies are knocked down while special enemies are stunned. Explosive Rain, Enemies that are dropped from portals will explode on contact with the ground. Gravity Well Shadow Rift becomes a black hole that pulls in enemies before teleporting away nearby enemy survivors. So maybe that'll be lethal. Sometimes this augment or ammo mod isn't really the greatest. Minor augments, haste, cooldown is reduced. Targeted dropped enemies will fall on other enemies. Supermassive, the singularity's lethal radius is increased and can kill more enemies. New, ammo theorem, teleporting enemies always adds ammo to your weapon magazine from stock. Okay, that's pretty cool. We got dead wire. Chain lightning, stun enemy can spread to the others. Big game, elites, lightning strike, a bolt of lightning strike from above, stunning all normal and special enemies in the area. New, ball lightning, activating dead wire launches an orb that deals electric damage to nearby enemies as it moves. Minor augments, high voltage, dead wire deals more damage. Haste, dead wire cooldown is reduced. Extension, the stun and electric field last longer. Aftershock, enemies that are stunned by dead wire have a chance to spread to nearby enemies. Cryo freeze, dude, this is so much to read. There's so much content. Major augments, big game, can obviously activate on elites. Ice cloud, enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a ice cloud that slows enemies. Adjustment, a cooldown has been employed to adjust and lessen the number of ice clouds appearing. Yeah, because it is a lot in Black Ops 6. Frozen stiff, enemies are frozen in place. New, cold company, cryo freeze has a chance to activate on more than one enemy at a time. Minor augments, extension increases it. Freezer burn, increase damage to frozen enemies. Liquid nitrogen, significantly increase your chances for cryo freeze to activate. New, thermal stock, enemies are damaged once they're unfrozen. There we go. Toxic growth, which is a returning field upgrade. Okay. We can go ahead and read this right. Expect 6 field upgrades that are still swappable during a match via the pause menu and continue to scale in damage as the rounds continue, with the following changes. Field upgrades have lower charge costs earlier in matches, the number of foes you need to defeat before the field upgrade is fully charged and can be activated. Expect to slay a small additional number of enemies before activation as the rounds progress. Each additional use will have a slightly increased cost to fully charge. Okay. So in high rounds, it's going to be crazy. All right, let's check out Toxic Growth's augments. Major augment. Urticant. Toxic Growth takes up a wider area and enemies that enter the growth continue to be slowed after leaving it. Cordyception. The first normal or special enemy to walk into the growth is entangled and charmed, attacking other enemies that enter. Pollination. Enemies killed by the growth explode, dealing toxic damage to nearby enemies and slowing them. Zoocory. The first normal or special enemy to walk into the growth becomes the toxic growth itself. Minor augments. Ankle shredder. Enemies moving through the growth are even slower. Green thumb significantly increases the toxic growth health. Extra charge increases max charges by 1. Plant food. Killing enemies with toxic growth have a chance to drop healing fruits. Returning field upgrades. Dark flare. Major augments extension increases the duration. Supernova, the beam is replaced with a sphere that damages nearby enemies as it travels and it detonates at the end of it. Dark Pact, beam heals and revives other players on contact. Adjustment, the revive speed has been increased to ensure down players are revived more rapidly. New, Muzzle Blast, the beam now deals additional damage in a cone in front of you. Minor augments, Broad Beam, significantly increase the size of the beam. Heavy Gloom, the beam slows enemies on contact. Extra charge, increase maximum charges by 1. New, Dusk Flame, enemies that are hit by the beam are dealt additional shadow damage over time. How many are here? Quite a bit, right? Yeah, because we're definitely getting quite a few. Here's Healing Aura. Resilience, all affected players have their health regeneration delay reduced and their rate of healing increased temporarily. Enduring Radiance, the beam and their healing effects persist for a short time after leaving the area of effect. Persistence, revive players keep all their perks and bleed out bar. New, Necromancer, Healing Aura can now revive dead allies. Inner Strength, affected player damage is increased for a short time. Protection, healing players have a damage mitigation for a short time. Stoic Presence, on activation, special and elite enemies are stunned, while normal enemies are knocked down. Cornucopia? I don't know. This one right here. Affected players get a health overcharge. Frenzy Guard, major augments. Phalanx, allies can also repair armor from kills while near you. Retribution, trigger an explosive or an explosion on activation. Normal enemies that melee you are damaged and knocked down. Frenzy Fire, use ammo from stock. New, Fists of Frenzy, while frenzied, annihilate enemies with your fists. Okay, that's cool. Repair Boost, repair more armor per kill. Extension, increase Frenzy Guard duration. Ally on activation, repair all nearby allies, armor to full. New, Dual Layer, while Frenzy Guard is active, armor durability is increased. Here's Energy Mine, and then we just have Ether Shroud. Major augment, Scatter. After detonating once, the Energy Mine will split into 3 mines that scatter and detonate into each. Turret. Basically drops, activates as a turret. I'm going to kind of cut some of these short if we already know what they are. Carousel, 3 energy mines. They float around you, and whenever a zombie hits it, they explode. Spark mine. Energy mine has more detonations and waits for multiple enemies to be in range for each detonation. That's one of the new major augments. Minor frequency boost, increased detonation count and duration for energy mine. Extra charge increases maximum charges by 1. Siren energy mine now attracts nearby normal enemies for a short time. Recycle, a deployed energy mine can be recycled for field upgrades charge. Okay, Ether Shroud, last field upgrade for Black Ops 7's launch. Major augments, Group Shroud, nearby players are also cloaked. Burst Dash, warp forward for a short distance, killing all enemies in your path or normal enemies. Void Sheath, swap to your dedicated melee weapon whenever you activate it. And then as you get kills, it stays active for longer. New After Image, distract enemies with a Dark Ether clone of yourself. Ooh, that's gonna be kind of cool. I don't know how good it'll be. Minor augments, instant reload. Activation, instantly reload your currently held weapon. Extra charge, increase maximum charges by 1. Extension, Ether Shroud duration is significantly increased. Impulse, deal shadow damage to enemies on activation, increase your movement speed during Ether Shroud. Okay, so that's all the perks, all the ammo mods, all the field upgrades, all the augments listed, which is so many, dude. We've already been talking about this for 20 minutes. This is definitely a lot to take in. There's a lot of content. This isn't even all of it. This is just kind of like the secret, kind of more hidden things that you didn't really probably see if you kind of just skipped through all this. Now, got some changes to Gobblegums. Something to chew on in Black Ops 7 Gobblegums. Let's go ahead and check this out. The single-use, edible power-ups that provide unique and mostly powerful benefits to the player are also back with some new and delicious flavors, and packs are assembled in the same way as before. You can have up to 5 packs in your loadout to choose from before a match, or at the pause menu within a match. Additional Gobblegums are awarded by playing matches of Black Ops 7 Zombies, available to purchase in packs in the store. We already know that. All Gobblegums you've obtained in Black Ops 6 will carry forward into Black Ops 7 at launch. Gobblegums are only removed from your inventory after activation once the effect is completed. The color of Gobblegums is related to their rarity, generally how powerful the effect of the Gobblegum is. Here's the list. Blue, rare, epic, purple, orange, legendary, red, ultra, rainbow, whimsical. The pattern of the Gobblegum is related to the type of how they generally function. Swirled, striped, instant effect as soon as you consume the Gobblegum. Plain solid, timed effect that starts immediately, then counts down for a period of seconds. Flecked, speckled, conditional effect that only activates once something else happens to trigger it. Gobblegums have been incorporated into Dead Ops Arcade 4, though there are purists DOA 4 modes where Gobblegums are disabled. How are oh, okay. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let's see. New Gobblegums, or changes, right? In Acquired Taste, you can now destroy any Gobblegum and convert them into essence. There's enough for everyone. When multiple players are accessing a Gobblegum machine, there's going to be a cooldown so your teammates can get in. Instant gratification, power up summoning Gobblegums like Killjoy on the House Legendary, Hidden Power, Ultra, now automatically activate the power-ups they summon, adjusting the tactics for when to employ them, and removing the need to physically run into them. A hasty departure, exit strategy, now automatically exfils the player, so you no longer have to like go and do the exfil, you just straight up activate it, you're dipped, you're gone, which is pretty cool. We got 10 rare gums, 11 epic gums, 12 legendary, 7 ultra, 7 whimsical, definitely a lot of Gobblegums. We got new Gobblegums right here, Aftertaste, Equipment, Power Vacuum, Armageddon, Round Off, Gift Card. So, a variety of potent sweet treats are available at the launch of Black Ops 7, ranging in both rarity and power. Here are 6 new Gobblegums arriving with 41 returning pieces of hardcore candy. New Gobblegum, Aftertaste, conditional, activates on revive, keep all your perks after being revived. New Gobblegum, Requipment, timed, last 5 minutes, your equipment slots refill over time. New Gobblegum, Power Vacuum, timed, last 5 minutes, kills have a higher chance to spawn power-ups. New Gobblegum, Legendary Round Off, activates on round transition, rounds prevented from advancing for 2 rounds. New Gobblegum, Legendary Armageddon, instant, receive a 3-plate vest and full plates. Right off the rip, you can just get a 3-plate vest. New Gobblegum, Gift Card, instant, gain 30,000 essence, cannot be combined with other bonuses. This is like the shopping free, a Black Ops 7, kind of, right? Recycling your gums for fun and profit. In Black Ops 7, one or more of your chosen Gobblegums can be crushed during a match while they're in your inventory and converted into essence on the fly. The Gobblegum is removed just as it had been consumed, and essence added to your inventory. Instead of using the Gobblegum in the normal, you have a second option to crush it in your hand once you select it in your HUD. Once converted, essence is automatically awarded. The amount of essence you receive is dependent on the rarity of the Gobblegum, with Whimsical being the lowest and Ultra being the highest. The double points power-up stacks with this essence reward, awarding you double the normal amount of essence. The epic rarity profit-sharing Gobblegum also stacks with this essence reward, awarding it to nearby players as well as yourself. Note, this feature may be disabled for specific zombie game modes, like Cursed, stuff like that. Additional comms, Call of Duty Next beta dates, and more. So, one thing I did want to mention is this is huge. All this description of every little thing, and this isn't even the main stuff for the actual game mode. This is just the little kind of things for it, which is absolutely insane. Now, one thing as well is Season 1, we're getting DLC 1 as well for this, which is absolutely crazy already. But there's a lot of returning features, there's a lot of returning game modes, there's a lot of new modes. We can cover these right here. Standard, play the new round-based map Ashes of the Damned, continuing the fight against the undead within the Dark Ether and searching for clues to the truth of what lies ahead. Recommended for experienced players. This will include access to main quest and side quest content and will be available at launch on November 14th. Directed mode, we already know what directed mode is. Survival. Survival maps are coming to zombies for the first time since Black Ops 2, delivering a focused, unfiltered experience based on a small part of Ashes of the Damned at launch. There are no quests other than you and your squad surviving against the relentless undead for as long as you can. Cursed. Take on a new experience featuring some legacy mechanics with numerous side quests to unearth increasingly potent and cursed relics. Activate these relics to face harder challenges in exchange for new levels of power, replayability, and rewards. So, that's going to be the classic mode, which is just awesome. It definitely looks a ton of fun. This whole entire update, I mean the map, everything looks great. The Wonder Vehicle, new and returning features. We can already see all this. Wall buy ammo caches, Ted trials instead of Sam trials, solo save, pause, all that stuff's coming back. But yes, Season 1, we are getting DLC 1 already right off the rip, which I believe Black Ops 6, it was Season 2? I'm pretty sure we got Citadel. I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think of all this secret, low-key things inside of the blog post that most probably wouldn't even know. Even if you looked at this blog post, you wouldn't even have seen the description of all the augments because you actually have to go on the site. One cool thing as well is mutant injections returning, but except you can be a disciple. That's definitely going to be pretty sweet. There's the Pack-a-Punch camo right there, which looks pretty cool. Obviously, you got the TED tasks. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this inside of the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel down below. See you guys next one. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.